Okay, just recording. Welcome everybody that are here and to those that are listening to it after to the recording, whenever. We're just doing part two of some compensation review, or like the rewards tab review. And I was just going to open up the floor to those that are here if you had any questions or you wanted some clarification on something that we covered yesterday. No?
I think my biggest thing is with new promoters coming on, how to explain it to new promoters and not go crazy and sound like I'm a jumbled mess. Or because I'm kind of at the stage where I'm just happy to let them pay me when I'm due to get paid. So I was never really too worried about it. But it's for people that are interested. I feel like I'm just like, well, I get paid when I get paid.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at explaining it.
It's funny. So it sounds like you're definitely not a green, right?
Well, I am part with the ketones and everything and all the history of the product that I need to know everything about.
Okay.
But getting paid, numbers is not my thing. So
Yeah.
as far as green goes, I'm not green related to numbers.
That's funny. You know what? I treat, when you're doing a training or something specific on the compensation plan, or here, I treat it like you're talking to a prospect, that you want to marry or you want to match their personality with someone that can explain it to them like them. Because if you're not detailed numbers oriented, then if you're trying to explain the compensation plan to a new promoter, they're going to get frustrated. They may get frustrated. I'm not saying that they will for sure. They may. And because they're not hearing it the way they're not hearing the detail that they want. So it's okay to say, hey, I'm going to set up a 3-way training with somebody, someone that's like a little bit more detail oriented, and you're going to get your questions answered. And then I would do that. So because, you look at like Jared Maidenberg, for example, he didn't care how he got paid, right? Like he's like, hey, look at this. I just got X amount of dollars in my Friday pay. Versus, someone like Nick Martinez, who's very detailed oriented, probably has a spreadsheet with 95 columns on it, right? Managing his business. Like he needs to know everything. So the two of them trying to explain the comp plan to each other is not going to be like a hugely successful or hugely productive meeting, right? So just, if you've got a new promoter that wants more detail, two things on that though. One, when they first start, people think they need to know everything, but honestly, I would watch the Fast Start video with them. You guys watch the video at proveitnow.com/fast start. It's the Go Challenge video. Have you guys seen it? Now, if you haven't, definitely have a watch. It's like 8 minutes. It's really well done, and it's everything a new promoter needs to do. It's the Go Challenge. It's like, okay, you've got your experience, but if you got an experience pad, here's what you do with it. Here's how to help convert that, and then here's what you need to do to get started. Go Pro, go MVP. And it shows you scenarios of what you could do. So if you still want to take the reins, Natasha, and you want to be able to explain that, it's like, you know what? This video is going to do a better job than I can. And
I don't know if I it, so I got to go find that.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. If I'm talking to a prospect that has a business background and they really want to know how to get started, I'll send them that. So the website again is proveitnow.com/fast start. It's actually a really good website because it has a whole bunch of PDFs specifically for growing your business. And you can print them, you can download them and print them out. Like one's the Go Challenge. Here's just like on one page scenarios of how much you can make and what you can do. Is that noise bugging you? My dog's just like gnawing on a bone. Can you hear it?
I'm good.
Yeah, okay. So it's got a bunch of PDFs, and then right below the row of PDFs is the Go Challenge video.
Okay, perfect.
And so yeah, it's like maybe 8 minutes, and it's a really great one. So watch that. If you're not exactly comfortable on explaining the Go Challenge, then watch that like 2, 3, 4 times, right? Just to absorb it. And if you're not comfortable explaining it, then say, hey, do a Zoom. Let's watch it together, right? You can screen share and watch the video together, or do a 3-way training. Those are all great ways. And the more you hear it, the more you'll be able to, right? It's the same thing as leading being the person that somebody calls on a 3-way. The more you've set up 3-ways and hear people explaining it, or hear the conversation, or tune into all the calls that we have, like Tanya's on Wednesday, and the corporate play, state of play Monday, and then the business opportunity on Tuesday. The more you hear those, the more it just becomes, second nature, right? And it's the same thing with the comp plan. All those sections that are big and scary, the more you like just dive in and play with it, then it just makes a little bit more sense.
Perfect. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. So do you guys want me to just screen share and pick up where we left off yesterday, or do a recap? Or I'm in your capable hands. So what do you guys want?
I'd say just pick up where you left off.
Okay. All right, I can do that. I'm going to need my glasses, so it's a little bit.
Before you go, I actually do have a quick question.
Sure.
So I have a friend who's looking at putting in an order, and so she was asking me yesterday, 2 days ago, about what to do if she should just sign up to be a customer, or whether to sign up to be a promoter, because she has already had people talking to her about it. She's not looking to really make it a big business, because she already runs, she does Rhode Island Fields. She's already got kind of an interest in something different. So she's wondering if she should become a promoter and put them under her, or if it would be beneficial if she just refers them to me, because she wants to support what I'm doing. So she doesn't really know where to go. So I don't know what to recommend, whether for her just to put those, would it still work for me? Would it be beneficial for me to have her keep putting them under her, or to have her refer them to me?
Yeah, 2 ways you can go about that. If she's already a customer of yours?
She's going to be. She hasn't signed up because she doesn't know what to do. She's like, I don't know how to become a promoter. Or just to be a customer, and maybe just put 2 under so she gets that free.
Right.
So the first time, but I told her, well, it might be beneficial if you do keep bringing in people because they follow her or whatever, then I would assume it'd be beneficial for her to just become a promoter, and maybe down the road she wants to actually make it a business. But
yeah, so if that were someone I was speaking with, I would say if she's not sure because she's already got a business, I would say be a customer, and then when she gets her 2, they actually become your new volume, so it counts towards their technically their customers, but she'd get the prove it bucks, right, on the 2, and then if she wants to upgrade at any time, they're her customers. But before you do that, I would say, look, I would suggest being a customer, because if you do decide you want to do this, you need to go MVP, and because it unlocks all the levels, and it's the benchmark of most of our compensation plan, right? That's a requirement. So rather than not get the MVP because she just wanted to just like make a few bucks and then wait for an MVP reset, I would show her that Go Challenge video and say, look, why don't you watch this, because this will help you decide if you this is what's potential, and you miss out on the opportunity to go MVP.
That was what she was wondering. She's like, if I were to sign up, she's wondering if she were to sign up now, she's like, if I wasn't really actively doing anything, am I missing out on something? I'm like,
yeah.
Basically,
so I would send her that video and say, watch this, because this is you're missing out. If you're not an MVP, you miss the opportunity to double your Go Fast bonuses when somebody comes on board, and be that one of the qualifiers for some of the power ups. If she does choose to grow her business.
Right.
So, and then you know what? She's not even a customer yet. So say be a customer for 1 month, and then and then see how it goes. If she finds that she's getting more people asking her, and she finds, she can always upgrade.
Right.
So the only downside is she bought 1 month product, right?
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I used to sign people up just to pay the $37 with no product, but I just find there's no value to that, right? Like you're spending a lot of time with trying to help them get to MVP and they don't have the tools, right? Like they're not set up for success. So if they're not really prepared to do what it takes to go MVP, I'm like, you know what? Just be a customer for a month, get some ketones in you, and then let's revisit this conversation next month before your smart ship comes out. There's no downside to that at all.
Right. That sounds great.
Yeah, good.
Janice,
Yes.
can I just kind of follow up on that? If you have a customer come on and they get 2 customers of their own to get product for free, if they decide to be a promoter, do those, because I know I had to hit my go before I had any customers sign up under me as a promoter, do they kind of lose those 2 customers that were giving them free smart ship when they become a promoter down the road? Or
so if they signed up on their link, so the way it looks in the system is it shows up as your customers.
right, my
But
customer, but then if
your
you got
community-
2 customers,
Pardon me?
sorry, so if this person becomes my customer and then they get 2 customers so they can get free product,
Mm-hmm.
but then decide to be a promoter.
Right. So then what happens is those two become because they signed up on your customer's link. If they upgrade to a promoter, then it follows them, right? Because if you sign up a customer and then they sign up 2 customers, if you look in your back office, if you look under the community tab, it'll show that they've got like 2 or 3, right? Or like 2, sorry, on their team. But if you go to the rewards tab, it's your personal volume. So they're already in the system as, let's say, your promoter's Barb. So they're already in the system as Barb's customers. So when Barb becomes a promoter, it'll show them as their customers. I guess what won't happen is they won't be new volume. I don't know. You know what? That's a good question. It probably will be new volume because they have to do their Go Challenge. I don't know that, though.
Okay.
At the end of the day, I mean, it's a little bit different now with the verification. But in scenarios like that, if somebody does upgrade, I just say, you know what? Just send out, like, change your referral code and have them re-enroll just to be safe, because you want to get that new volume right out of the gate, right?
Okay.
But it's just a little bit trickier with the phone verification. But
Gotcha.
I shouldn't. Yeah, I would. But just to be safe, so that they count as new volume, that's what I would suggest. But for the time being, until just say, yeah, you know what, you will get credited. They are your customers, and we'll sort it out when you decide to upgrade, kind of thing.
Perfect.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I actually did that. I don't do that often, but I did do that with one customer. Because it was funny. All of a sudden, this new customer showed up in my new volume. I'm like, where did they come from? And then I kind of dawned, and then I went through into the community to see what they ordered, and then I saw that they were on my customer's line, right? So, yeah. Let me just, refresh water. I'll be right back. All right. I did, I went new school and old school today. I had 2 ketos because I didn't really have a good lunch. And this morning I drank the Midnight Amp. So good. Have you guys tried it yet? It's kind of like a Dr. Pepper, right? It's like a vanilla black cherry almost. But then I just had a 2.1 in orange. And have you guys, I don't know, do you guys get LaCroix? It's a sparkling water in a can.
Yeah.
So the orange with a coconut LaCroix is like drinking a pina colada. It's so good. So I just finished that. It's yummy. Okay. I will screen share, and then we can pick up where we left off. And then, of course, the floor is open. Any questions or anything that you have. So, Wait, what am I doing? All right, let me share screen. Okay, so this is the account that we talked about. There's not a lot of volume going through here. It's just some of that's not really active. And so just to recap, in case people are watching this for the first one and didn't see the first one, super quick, the rewards tab has everything that you need to know. So Natasha, going back to your question when you were saying, I don't really know like how to explain it, I would just kind of open up this tab and go through, because if you understand each point, you don't need to memorize it. Because I tell people, look, you can download the compensation plan, the rewards plan, but it's complicated and it's a lot of detail, or just go to this website or just go to your rewards tab, because everything you need on the comp plan is all right here. Everything's there. Most of the fine prints here as well, like in the more info and all that kind of stuff. So just to confirm again, each part of the comp plan has this black bar that just has all the details of that one particular thing. In this case, it's the requirements. And it's broken up into 3 categories. One is the weekly bonuses. All of these are calculated on a weekly pay. So the commission cycle starts from like Monday at 12:01 a.m. and goes to Sunday midnight Central Standard Time. So just adjust for your time zone. And everything that happens in that week, in these categories, I'm not going to go through them all, but the Go Pro bonus, the Go MVP, the Mentor bonus, Go All Star, and the Go Fast bonus, which is the commission on promoters. All of that in that one pay week, you get paid. It gets deposited on the following Friday, so you get paid quite timely. All right. The next section you'll see here is monthly bonuses. So I'll just kind of recap here because we started talking about this. Everything here is a calendar month. So all of these pays, the endorsement bonus, the retailer bonus, the residual commission, the residual match, and then some of the pools, the bonus pools, those are all everything that happens because it's based on volume in a calendar month. You get paid on the 15th of the following month. So January 15th that we just got paid yesterday was for our December commission. So super high level, because we did cover this yesterday, the endorsement bonus. This is, you need to be on SmartShip, and then you need to have 2 customers that are either new volume or SmartShip customers. This is the 2 largest orders that you have. It is the average of the 2 largest dollar purchase. So everything in our compensation plan is based on the bonus volume attached to an order. For example, a cream is 50 volume. When for the first one-time order, the max is 80. The 2.1 and 3.0 are 100. So everything is based on the volume except the endorsement bonus. The endorsement bonus is the dollar volume, right? So if somebody buys the cream is $87, then that counts. One of your orders is 87. So if you had two maxes that are 135, it averages that out. You would get 135 Prove It bucks. And one thing on Prove It bucks that I didn't talk about yesterday is once you have them, I don't know if you guys use them as a marketing tool. So you can, when you're setting up coupons, sometimes, to help people because you can't SmartShip discount the first order, I might give somebody a $20 coupon, or I might run a contest or put a post on my wall and say, hey, new flavor out, first 5 people to PM me, I'll give them a $20 coupon or something like that. So you can break them up into bite-sized chunks and use them as a marketing tool. So if there's, when someone says I'm waiting for a promotion, say, okay, I'll give you a promotion. $25, I think a $25 coupon is about 22%. Because $25 would be like 25, 27% discount on a max. So it's a great promotion, right? And you don't even have to give that many. It could be 15, 10, or 15, 20, 25, whatever. So you can use that to help someone that's like fence sitting. Just keep in mind the volume is discounted a little bit, and you can only use 250 in any given week. Now, if you create a bunch of coupons but they haven't been redeemed, that counts as outstanding volume. So let's say you create $250 of coupons this week, and only 50 of them were used. Next week, you're still 200 outstanding, right? So you can cancel them. They're called recycling, and put them back into the pool if someone hasn't used them. When I give somebody, because of that, if I'm going to give somebody a coupon, I'll say this is good for 24, 48 hours, whatever. There's no time limit on it, but I'll just remember to go in and just cancel just recycle the coupon. Okay? So that's just how I use I keep enough in there so that my Smart Ship is paid for on Prove It Bucks, but then I like to have the extra that I have just for a marketing. Okay? The retailer bonus is the commission on customer orders, and it's basically 20% of the volume of that order. And if you're not sure of what they ordered because you don't know if it was discounted, you can go into your community tab, click Insights, and it shows you what the dollar volume is and what the bonus volume is of what they ordered. So, because it'll also show you if they ordered 2 or 3 or, a max and a cream or whatever. So it's the total volume in that one order. If you have a customer that orders max and then 2 days later orders a cream, or even an hour later orders a cream, that shows up as 2 orders. So it's not like that's combined, so you get more, your Prove It Bucks, your endorsement bonus is higher. So just keep that in mind, that that's actually 2 separate orders, even if it's the same customer. And then one thing, just to recap from yesterday that we talked about, this is really important. You want to make sure that you have 4 unique households in a given month. And just to recap, a unique household is a different address. So if you have yourself and a family member or a roommate or whatever that lives with you, and you're both getting your Smart Ship sent to the same address, that only counts as 1 unique household. So if that is the scenario, just make sure that they send it to a neighbor or to an office or something like that, so it shows up as a unique address. And what that does when you do that is it unlocks the retailer bonus for all of your level 1, 2, and 3 customers and promoters. And that really starts to add up. It's, I said this yesterday on the call, it's a game changer. My Prove It Bucks, my retailer bonus, because I missed out on this. I didn't understand this when I first started. And my retailer bonus it probably like 4-fold, right? Like it went from some 170 to like $700 or something like that. Like it was a big deal. So I don't like anyone to leave money on the table. So just remember that. And this is a good opportunity to go back to your team and you can refresh them on what the compensation plan is, and just make sure, hey, and it just helps like last minute pushes to drive volume, make sure everybody's got their 4 unique households and they've got, so that they're endorsed. Because, Prove It Bucks, nice. If you've got, if you're averaging $175 in Prove It Bucks or something every month, that's a nice little add-on, right, to your income, that you've got all of that money that you can use. So you just want to make sure people are endorsed and that they've unlocked the levels on their retailer bonus. Okay, so and I think we finished at residual commission, so I'm just going to touch on this again. Residual commission is, you get paid commission on everything from you down, it's your team volume and your group volume. So one thing I do want to remind everybody is your team volume is all your promoters and customers on levels 1, 2, and 3. So if I enroll somebody level 1, they enroll somebody else level 2, and then that person enrolls in level 3. Now, if somebody in your upline places somebody under you, even though it looks like they might be like right under you, it's actually part of your group volume, not your team volume. So it doesn't count towards any of the pays that you get, like on Go Fast bonus or mentor bonus or anything where it's calculating your team volume. but you do get paid residual commission on that because it's part of your group volume. Is everyone clear on that? And then just to recap on the residual commissions here, if people came in with an experience pack, you're paid on your first 5 levels at 5% residual commission. So if I go, you know what, here, this little, I forgot I had this open yesterday. Just to go down here to show you, this will explain a little bit more. Okay, so let me find it. Here we go. Okay, residual commission. So here, let me just make this a little bit bigger. Okay. So if you come in, let's say you become a promoter, you just pay your $37, you get a month, right? So you're right out of the gate, you're rank 1. That means that you're personally enrolled. Everyone that you've personally enrolled, customers or promoters, you get paid 5%. If they start growing teams and your team starts going deeper, then you're getting paid 1% on everything. And if your volume goes up that you've hit rank 2, then you get 5% on level 1 and level 2, and then 1% on everything else. So, and then as you go up, right? So whatever your rank is, you get paid 5% on that rank. So if you're rank 4, you get 5% for 4 levels, and then it goes down to 1%. Now this is what it means when it says that the one of the benefits of an experience pack is that you get grandfathered at rank 5. So when I explain this to somebody, a new promoter, for example, or a potentially new promoter, I just say, you're not going to understand what this means, but we've got ranks, you know, our ranks are from 1 to 10. And I always make a joke that we're not very creative on that part of it, right? Because they don't have fancy names or gems or anything like that. But what the company does as it's like a benefit that you've committed to grow this business, so we're going to commit to you to help you get there. So they pay you as if you're rank 5, and it gives you a full year to have your volume and your rank catch up to that. Because every month you requalify, you've got the rank that you achieved and then the rank that you're paid as. So what that means is that for everyone on your first 5 levels, regardless of what rank you are as you're growing your business, you get paid 5% commission. Okay? So that starts to really add up, right? I mean, it's on, if someone comes in with an experience pack, you want 1% or 5% on that, right? I'm going to change screens. Everyone understand this? I'll explain the compression super quick. This is, you guys don't need to know this. This does it automatically. It's called what's called an active compression. So if you're, what this is saying is that if somebody, let's say you've enrolled somebody, they've dropped out, but they enrolled somebody, and your team's growing, but through, if I've enrolled Natasha, and from Natasha down, like who she enrolled and everything, there's like 10 levels. But 3 of them have gone off SmartShip, they're not active in the business. They compress out, meaning, okay, so for example, if I enrolled Natasha and then Natasha enrolled Melinda, but then Natasha dropped out and she's off SmartShip and not active in the business, she compresses out, meaning she doesn't count as one of my levels, right? Even though she's my level 1 promoter, if she's compressed out, so that Melinda counts as my level 1. So so as your team gets deeper, this starts to become a big deal when you start getting outside of level 6, 7, like as your team goes deeper, level 6, 7, and 8, you want to make sure you're getting 5% on all the active people. All right? This happens, you don't need to know this happens automatically. Just think of it as the company's taking care of you, because they just will kind of, they're not physically removed from your tree, but they are for the calculation of your residual commission. All right? Everybody with me on that? Okay. There's a way to oh, that's my alarm for this thing that's about to start. excuse me, there's a way to power up to unlock other levels, and you saw the power up here that you can unlock for levels 9 to 11. I won't go through all the details because one of the qualifiers is that you have to be rank 7 to unlock all of that, okay? So I'm really of the mindset of just what you guys need to know right now. There's no rank 7s on the call, so we can cover that later if you want to know that. So that's just the recap on the residual commission. And I'm going to jump to the residual match. So the residual match is you get matched on your first 3 levels, 20% of your team volume if you qualify for, here, I'll just go into more info so you guys can see. It's of the residual commission. So if I enrolled Natasha and Natasha got $400 in her residual commissions, the 5% volume, Natasha gets that $400. I get 20% residual match. So I'll get $80 as part of my match. All right, it's pretty straightforward, and that's for your level 1, 2, and 3 in your personal tree, right? So if somebody gets placed under you, that just counts towards your residual commissions. You don't get a match check on that. Okay? Any questions on that? Nope, good. Good. That one's kind of easy. Championship pool. So this is once you become champion, what this does is it calculates, I think it's like 1% of the net revenues, and it's or 2%, sorry, and it's divided by, so it takes 2% of the net revenues and it divides it by all of the people that are rank 6 qualified for that month, right? Because that number is going to change whether you, even though you achieved champ rank 6, if you didn't achieve it that month, you don't get to participate in the pool. So I call this, when I'm explaining this to new people, I call this just like it's just like ownership pools and bonus pools that we get to participate in as you go up the ranks. Okay, same the car bonus, that just gets paid right here. That's when you're rank 6 for 2 consecutive months. You get paid your car bonus, and then even if you drop down, they'll pay you like 50% if you're rank 5. So I can get into detail about that when separately if anybody wants to know. Same thing with the ownership pool, right? Sorry, excuse me. The MVP pool. Okay, so you unlock this. They've kind of changed it. So for those that have been around for more than a few months, you'll notice that this is a little bit different. So the MVP bonus pool, you can only qualify for in the month you go MVP. And there's a couple qualifiers here, right? Like you need to go MVP, you need 10 personally enrolled customers, and then if you get 800 volume, you get 1 share, 1200 volume, new volume for the month that you qualify MVP. You get, like, everyone's going to be here for sure because you would have had you need 1600 new volume. And then if you actually get to 3000 volume, you get 5 shares. Okay. So this changes all the time because again, it's a percentage of net revenues. And then the newer portion of our comp plan is the Rising Champ pool. And I don't know, I can't click on this. So the month after you hit MVP, you have the opportunity to, because here's why they've got this. There's all this money to be made, and you guys probably experienced this yourself. There's all this money to be made in the first month when you're hitting, when you've got your Go Challenge. And then before you hit rank 7, you might take a little bit of a dip, right? Because maybe you don't have as many promoters coming on and you're not growing as fast. So what the company wants to do is that gap in between your Go Challenge and hitting Circle Champion is they want to reward you for that. Excuse me. So as you're going for ranks 2, 3, 4, 5, then you get to participate in the Rising Champ pool. We're gonna get shut off here in 1 minute. So I wanted to, because we talked about a lot of stuff. That's the compensation plan in a nutshell. Everything that you need to know, you can go to this document. Now, do you guys want me to come back on, or is this enough for like one night?
I'm good.
Okay, because you know what? I'm more than happy to every Monday night, well, Monday's a busy night, but every Tuesday night, I can do a compensation Q&A, and we can go through specific ones of that. I'll post that. I'm happy to do that because, we covered a lot of information, and it might be something that you don't remember, you come up with a new question. So you can reach out to me, or we can have like a weekly comp review Zoom.
Sounds great.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm going to wish everyone a good night because we're going to get cut off. So thanks for tuning in. And as always, if you have any other questions that I didn't cover, feel free to reach out or post it on Team Proof, because if you have that question, chances are